and thank you. Welcome to Thursday Night Football with Calvin Dean, sponsored by the NFL Network. We have a show for you today. It's all about Mr. Aaron-Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
My desire to start and finish with the same organization may not be a reality.
Aaron-Rodgers wants out of Green Bay.
It's never been about the draft pick. I love coaching staff. I love my teammates.
It's not so much what they did, it's really how they did it.
This was put in motion last year, and the wrench was just kind of thrown into it when I won MVP. Is he the MVP? It's just kind of about a philosophy. It's about doing things the right way.
Without a doubt, I think it's inexcusable that the organization let it get to this point.
The people make an organization, and sometimes that gets forgotten.
Now, Aaron he's a smart cookie. I mean, he's been in the NFL for a lot of years, and he has them by the we'll just keep it clean. He definitely has an edge over the Green Bay Packers right now, because in today's practice, Mr. Jordan Love, they had an 11-on-11, okay, and it was a defense against the offense. Well, 30 snaps, Jordan Love was sacked. Yes, sacked twice, threw 2 interceptions, and checked down 7 consecutive times. I mean, Aaron knows that this quarterback, Jordan Love, is not his heir apparent. And that is reason why he is holding out on the Packers. He knows for a fact that he isn't. And you know what? The funniest part is Mr. LaFleur, after practice, saying this.
Today was the first time that we've had a competitive period that wasn't 7-on-7. So I think there was definitely some learning for everybody on the offensive side. It was a little bit of a rough day for the offense, but typically this time of the year, I think that's pretty normal. Just in terms of the defense is typically ahead of your offense, and so we'll take a look at the tape and. But I think he's really attacking it the right way.
Yeah, whatever. Come on now. I mean, he just didn't look good at all. He didn't look like even a second-string quarterback. No, mind you, the first team quarterback. Boy, the Packers are just shaking in their boots right now. They're just shaking in their boots. I went out this past week, and I went to the fan base of the NFL, and I asked some people, well, they were all from Los Angeles, mind you, what they thought about the Aaron-Rodgers saga. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. We have Tony here from Los Angeles. How you doing, Tony?
Doing well. Thank you for having me on, and I'm a big fan of the show. Pleasure to be here.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you. First off, who is your favorite NFL team?
We're going to have to go with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Wow. Mr. Mahomes.
Yes, sir.
Oh, he has a gun, doesn't he?
And he's got a big heart, and he's a winner. He's a champion. And he's a thrill to watch every time.
Oh, he is a thrill to watch. And there's one other person that is really thrilling to watch, and that's what this show is all about. It's about Mr. Aaron-Rodgers. Will he not be playing for the Green Bay Packers at the beginning of this year? Go, Tony.
The start of the season, he will not be on the Green Bay Packers.
Wow.
I don't see him there. I see him trying to win a championship. Green Bay is not going in that direction. I feel like he's moving on, and he's going to play for the San Francisco 49ers. He will be traded.
Wow. Now that is a prediction, people. Thank you so much, Tony, for being on the show.
My pleasure.
Have a good day.
First.
All right, brother. Now that is a prediction to the San Francisco 49ers. Now that would be destruction in the NFC. I mean, that would be an instant Super Bowl for the 49ers. That would just be, especially if Julio Jones got traded to the 49ers. And Julio Jones, mind you, will be traded within the next week. That's my prediction. And I think he's most likely might be going to the San Francisco 49ers. That's Nikki's Niners. Or the Seattle Seahawks. Now, I mind you, the Atlanta-Falcons said that they do have a contract offer for Julio Jones. So, keep tuned on that. We'll talk about that further in the show. But this show is all about Mr. Aaron-Rodgers.
Hi, everyone. Yes, we are here with Stu from Los Angeles today. We're asking him the infamous question, will Aaron-Rodgers be traded or will he be playing for the Green Bay Packers this year? Stu, thank you for coming to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, Stu. What will Aaron-Rodgers be doing in the first game of this season?
In the first game of this season, he will definitely be playing for the Green Bay Packers, and he will end the season with the Green Bay Packers.
Wow, that's huge. That's huge. Why do you think that?
I believe they can't afford to lose him. Jordan Love is not ready to take over the team, and they can't afford to lose Davante Adams.
Awesome, man. Now, who is your favorite NFL team?
The Los Angeles Chargers.
Wow, with Mr. Haybear.
Mr. Justin Hebert himself.
Wow, what? He's got an arm. He's got a cannon, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. And I believe he'll take them into the playoffs in a deep run.
That is a huge prediction. Thank you, everyone.
Now, that is a different take from Mr. Stu from Los Angeles. I can see... after today's practice with Mr. Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers, Davante Adams not being there, Mr. Rodgers not being there, the offense just looked horrendous. And that's what it's going to look like if Mr. Rodgers isn't there, because I'm telling you right now, Davante Adams, mind you, has told everyone that if he does not see Mr. Aaron-Rodgers behind the center, he will not report as well. And I'm telling you something, that right there is key as well to the Green Bay Packers just ironing this out, guys. They have to sign this guy. They just have to do something for Aaron Rodgers to get him back in the fold. That's for sure. The thing about this whole situation just could have been avoided, and it was all about the general manager and the Green Bay Packers just laying an egg, so to speak, on this whole situation. Hey, let's get some female, insight on this Aaron Rodgers thing. Why don't we?
We have Leslie Michelle on our show today. We are talking about Aaron Rodgers and if he's going to be playing for the Green Bay Packers or not. We want all the takes. How you doing today, Leslie?
I'm doing fantastic on Memorial Day. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for coming in. And I just wanted to reiterate that about Aaron Rodgers. I know your family is from Wisconsin. Is that true?
It is.
Wow. And I know your stepdad, who is Oli, he is a big Green Bay Packer fan.
Yeah, he is for now.
For now, yeah. Now, do you think that Aaron Rodgers will be playing for the Green Bay Packers at the first of the year?
Absolutely not. Hence the quote, for now, end quote.
Where do you think he will be playing at the first of the year?
Well, we've got wagers on, and I'm going to win. I believe he's going to be transferred to the Denver Broncos.
Wow, the Denver Broncos. Wow, that would be an amazing team there. I'm telling you, they have that great defense, and to have Aaron Rodgers on their team, I look at them as a Super Bowl contenders, that's for sure. Thanks, Leslie, so much for coming in today, and welcome back anytime you want.
Absolutely, thank you.
Yeah, that was Leslie Michelle, owner of HollywoodClosetClothing.com. I can tell you, and she's also in the location end of filming in the Hollywood establishment. And they have they have like 4 or 5 shows that are going on right now. So I thank her so much for coming into the studios and, giving me her take. Thank you so much for that. I think we have one final take from a gentleman from Los Angeles. And then this guy wins nothing but fantasy football. I mean, he's the guru of fantasy football. And, I was so excited that I had a pleasure to have him on the show.
All right. We have Drew from Los Angeles today. How you doing, Drew?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
All right. Thank you for coming on the show. One question. This question I'm asking everyone. This is all about Aaron-Rodgers. Will he be playing for the Green Bay Packers this year or won't he? What's your take?
He's a pretty smart guy, Aaron-Rodgers. I think he's already got this whole thing orchestrated and planned, and I don't see him coming back in a Packers uniform next year. I think he's already got his mind made up, and he's already got things working behind the scenes.
Well, everyone's talking about San Francisco or maybe even Denver. Wow, wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah, I think he'd make either one of those franchises pretty exciting.
Now, who's your favorite NFL team, Drew?
I've always been a Colts fan.
Wow, Indianapolis Colts. Let me guess. Who is your favorite quarterback from the Indianapolis Colts?
Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning. Awesome. Thanks for coming on the show, Drew, and you have a great NFL season.
Thank you.
It's good to hear, all the different takes from everyone about this subject. It's really important for all of us to recognize on what is going on with the situation of Aaron Rodgers. He's definitely has the Green Bay Packers by the keister. That's for sure. And, especially with the way Jordan Love played in practice today, it was pathetic. And, and just bonifies, his staying out. And he's going to play hardball. And I'm telling you something, the Green Bay Packers, if they don't come up with a massive amount of money, something, not just money, maybe going out in free agency, getting someone, just to bolster that team, maybe you add a couple more weapons to the offense and maybe to shore up that defense. I know they went out and got another cornerback in the draft, and that was the key unit that they needed, but they need some more. Brady lit the cornerbacks up like lightning, and last time they played each other was in the NFC championship game. So that they're trying to take care of. But, I think they need a little bit more firepower, because when they get to the Super Bowl, most likely they will be playing the Kansas City Chiefs. And you're going to need a lot of firepower to stay in with the Kansas City Chiefs. You just can't have a field goal here and a field goal there and expect your defense to be like Tampa Bay's defense was last year. Green Bay's defense is just not a Tampa Bay defense. That is for sure. And their offense is not a Tampa Bay offense as well. So, just think about it, how key that is, what I just told you. That means that Aaron Rodgers is huge when it comes to this team. And the Green Bay Packers better just buck up and start paying him what he is really worth, and maybe getting some free agents. This is now you can get draft. Hey, maybe even go out and get Julio-Jones. Wouldn't that be amazing? Wow. If they got Julio-Jones and Davante Adams on the corners, oh my God. Boy, what a team that would be. Oh, now that would be interesting. They might even do that. that's a thought, people. The Green Bay Packers drafting, getting Julio Jones to get Mr. Green Bay Packer himself, Aaron-Rodgers, back in the fold. Now that, my friends, would be an amazing feat to do, and they must do. See, you have to think about what's going on at the Green Bay Packers and what's going on with everyone else. Think about that. I mean, you had Mr. Joe Burrows, okay, and his first scrimmage, and on the starting lineup last year, mind you, and he was nearly flawless. I mean, Daniel Jeremiah, he made this report on August 2020 about Joe Burrow. Now I'm comparing this, mind you, to Mr. Jordan Love's debut today, and I guess it's amazing the difference between all these quarterbacks. And you have Joe Burrow, who is the future of the Cincinnati Bengals, and he had flawless execution. It sounds like his arm strength has been even better than anticipated as well. Big things for Joe Burrow. And he definitely, come on, man. The Green Bay Packers with Jordan Love, they know that Jordan Love is no Joe Burrow or Justin Herbert. Now they even talked about Justin Herbert, about his first practices. We talked about it when we were drafted him. That's what the Los Angeles Chargers was saying. His athletic ability is rare for his size because he's just a very, very tall individual. But to see it in person and the type of throws he has been making in practice has been very, very, very impressive. He does a heck of a job of staying in the pocket, mind you. And when his pressure is coming, he doesn't even flinch. This is August 2020 of Justin Herbert. Come on, people. And today, the way Jordan Love performed, it's like night and day. And the Green Bay Packers just know for a fact that Jordan Love is not going to be a starter in the NFL. And they just know it, and they know that they've eaten crow. All they need to do is trade him to Atlanta, get Mr. Aaron-Rodgers back into camp, along with Julio-Jones. So you trade Jordan Love for Julio-Jones, pick up the cap space that Atlanta needs so desperately, and then you have a winning situation where Jordan Love is gone. Mind you, I don't even think he's tradable, but why not just try to do it? And then you have Mr. Rodgers happy, and then you have him happy, and the whole team happy with the trade of Julio Jones as well. That, my friends, would be a huge offering for Mr. Aaron-Rodgers, for him to get back in the fold. The thing of it is, think about this one. This is what I think of. If Jordan Love was Patrick Mahomes, right? I can guarantee you that Aaron-Rodgers be in camp right now. I guarantee you that. So you see, Aaron is not stupid. He knows his stuff about football, and he knows that Jordan Love is not his heir apparent. And you just have to know this for a fact. That's for sure. Aaron has some hand. The old Seinfeld thing having to have some hand, you know. I mean, if you ever watch Seinfeld, and George needed hand, he wanted is an edge. And I mean, he hasn't really had, he's had an edge, mind you, and it's this whole, you know, thing about disrespecting Mr. Aaron Rodgers was started from the draft. When he was drafted, he was supposed to be number 1 in the draft, but all these other players were drafted before him. And I mean, come on, man. This is the first time that he is gleaming from ear to ear, and he is in control.
Now, the toughest part of that day is waiting in the green room. You kind of joke with the guys in the green room, like, hey, who's going to be the last one in there? You know, we all thought we were in the top 10. Well, it's not that funny when it's you, and they're cleaning up the green room around you. And
the San Francisco 49ers, Miami Dolphins, Browns, Chicago select Troy Williamson, Andrell Roll, Thomas Davis, Derek Johnson, David Pollock, Rasmus James, Alex Barron, Marcus Spears.
Ago, Aaron, you were the clear-cut number 1. What's changed over that time?
I mean, it's waiting is over for Mr. Rodgers. He is clearly in the driver's seat. And this drama, the Aaron Rodgers saga drama with the Green Bay Packers. And I'm telling you something, I think all the Green Bay Packer fans right now are completely on his side, because he's got him by the gonads, that's for sure. And, you just have to realize that, he needed this. I mean, even from this draft, when he was looked over, and he had to sit because Mr. Brett Favre was the quarterback at that moment in time. And, he sees things the way the Green Bay Packers, treated Brett, and he saw it with the Jordan Love incident, but he knew for a fact with Jordan Love that was a huge mistake by the Green Bay Packers, and the Green Bay Packers are going to have to live with it, because the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Aaron Rodgers can just do Jeopardy, can he? I mean, the guy really loved Jeopardy. He loves the thing. He grew up with Jeopardy in his household, and he tapes on TiVo so many different shows. I mean, Jeopardy shows that it's just amazing, and he's always watching. He loves it. He talks about being in the green room, and when Alex Trebek first walked in, and it was like, wow. That's Alex Trebek, everyone, I've met him once myself when I was doing a play, and I was lead with his daughter, Nikki Trebek. And I met him. We went up to his house and met him. We had a party up at his house, and I had the pleasure of meeting Mr. Alex Trebek. And he is like that. I mean, it's funny how Aaron explains it. And how it was just to meet the man. I've met, Regis Philbin, all that stuff, because, I was good friends with his son, Danny. But I mean, Alex Trebek was he was just such a force. And I think Aaron Rodgers is that force. And I think he is that type of person when it comes to, football. He is the force, and he knows he is the force.
Now, the toughest part of that day is waiting in the green room. You kind of joke with the guys in the green room, like, hey, who's going to be the last one in there? We all thought we were in the top 10. Well, it's not that funny when it's you, and they're cleaning up the green room around you. And
the San Francisco 49ers, Miami Dolphins, Browns, Chicago select Troy Williamson, Andrell Roll.
From the green room of the draft to the green room of Jeopardy. He's always felt that way, with certain people, and this is his day in the sun. this whole thing that is going on with Mr. Aaron Rodgers, it's his day, people. This is it. I mean, it's all about him, and he knows it, and it's exciting to see something like this happen, because there's so many other people, like, I mean, Deshaun Watson, he's fighting all these charges with all these women, but no, Mr. Aaron Rodgers, I mean, the guy, he makes it to NFL championships. He's wealthy. We all know that, and we all know he's dated celebrities and models, and we all know that. But he's deeper than that. That's what makes him so special.
I think when I came on the show in 2015 and got to do Celebrity Jeopardy, I just saw how special this environment was, and I remember thinking this would be like a dream job. If Alex ever retired at like 90, to come back and be a part of this. Just I love trivia so much, and I just love the environment. It's not like a super lax environment. There's an intensity or focus that comes with the game, and I thought it'd be a fun challenge, and it definitely was. There's a lot of nostalgia, I think, wrapped up in this show for me, because I used to watch it when I was a kid, when I'd go on my weeks to my grandma and grandpa's house. It was a staple in their house, every night. And I'd sit there on the floor and had really no idea what was going on. I remember almost like the voice of Alex. It was one of those voices of my youth, with him and with John Madden and Al Michaels and some of these people who kind of narrated my childhood. And I feel like he was part of that, and it carried on into the last 16 years in Green Bay. It's been a staple in my house, whether I watch it live or it's recorded. I think probably 90% of my TiVo is wrapped up in Jeopardy episodes. I think just respect for the position. Alex did it with such grace and humility. I just wanted to bring the same type of approach to let you people know that I was focused, that I cared about it, that I love the game, and that I wanted to do him justice. Well, there's...
I mean, that right there tells you the whole entire story, what Aaron Rodgers, who he is. And it's funny how he talks about that. He talks about respect, mind you. And respect on, and I think that's a little shout out to the Green Bay Packers, I mean, you're giving some respect to the man who is actually making you a large amount of money. I mean, if it wasn't for Aaron Rodgers, the Green Bay Packers wouldn't have 5 primetime games this season. TV revenues. 5 primetime games means a lot of money for the Green Bay Packers. So, I mean, to have them treat him like that is just disrespectful, and shouldn't be really in the realm of treating another person like Mr. Rodgers. It's been a great show, people. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Calvin Dean Show. It's the infamous Thursday night football show, and it's every Thursday night we log in, and we will have all the predictions of all the games throughout the weekend. That means Thursday, Sunday, Monday, and even Tuesday. Last year, because of COVID, there was the Tuesday night games, and sometimes there was a Saturday game. And if that comes about, hopefully it doesn't come about, but if it does, we will be predicting on all of the weekend's activities, and we'll even go over some fantasy football too. That is a huge. I'm a big fantasy football player. I mean, last year I had 36 teams. Out of the 36 teams, 23 championships. I take note. I really look up to that. I really have a fun time. I'm going to try to get better at it, that's for sure. But the one thing I do know best is picking games. I remember when I was a kid, my mom used to bring me into her work when I was a kid, and I would pick parlays, football parlays. It would be college football parlays. And 3 weeks in a row, my mom won, and the bookies came up to my mom and said, Marie, what is going on with these picks? I mean, how are you doing it? And she told them that it was her son picking the games. And she had won a large amount of money 3 weeks in a row. So what happened? They cut her off. That's what happened. So I've been doing this since I was a little kid, that's for sure. And I am so happy to have this show, the Thursday Night Football show with Calvin Dean, and is sponsored by the NFL Network. Thank them so much for having me. And I'll see you guys next week. Signing off, Calvin Dean Show. Thanks for everyone for tuning in.